Now by Abbas Aslani from Tehran. He is an Iranian affairs analyst and a visiting scholar at the Center for Middle East Strategic Studies. Good to see you, Abbas. Just give us your impression of the past 6 days. How shocked you are by what you're seeing, and how much more do you think Iran can endure?
Comparing to the past, June 2025 war, which lasted about 12 days, this time the intensity of the conflict is, more severe, and we are seeing that the back and forth between the two sides is, happening, and the exchange of fire has been quite significant. And this time the country lost its leader, the figure who sits at the top of the hierarchy, as well as high-ranking military commanders. But despite those losses, we're seeing that the system is in place and operating and responding to those, attacks and strikes coming from the American and Israeli side. So this has created quite a significant and sensitive time where, navigating through this challenging time is difficult. And there are, several things in parallel that the country needs to do. One is to fill the vacuum of the loss of the leadership. And the second is to make sure that the situation will not result in instability or chaos. And the third is to counter the foreign aggression coming from the American and Israeli side. So all these, when they are come together, this makes the situation a bit complicated. But more important question, which these days are being asked maybe by average citizens, is that in what direction these developments will be moving toward, and what the future trajectory looks like. And they want to make sure that this will not end in a civil war or instability. That's why we are seeing, for example, as we speak, crowds and groups of people gather in different spots in every city, including here in capital city, to condemn that foreign intervention and support the political system. A vacuum that can, let's say, take country to uncertainty and chaos.
Abbas, can I ask, you mentioned a power vacuum clearly in Iran right now. How long do you think it will be until a new supreme leader is elected? Because time is clearly of the essence now.
We have currently the Interim Leadership Council, which is in charge and leading the country throughout this transitional period. And the Constitution also subscribes that these, three people, including President, Chief of Judiciary, as well as a cleric member of the Guardian Council, need to be member of this council by the time that Assembly of Experts elect a new leader. But there is no clear or specific timeline that they have to abide by. But I think they will try to elect a new leader as soon as possible. But we are in a war condition. Despite difficulties for the Assembly of Experts to convene at the time that it is likely to be targeted by the United States or Israel, makes this process a bit lengthy. And but they have been trying to use other methods, not to convene in person, but try to use communication tools in order to decide on the, let's say, on the candidates for the future leadership. They are saying that they are close to somehow to finalize the voting, but there is no specific date provided, but it should be sometime soon in future, maybe in hours or days. But the developments can also impact the process. However, it shouldn't be far from now, because the longer this time is, that will not be good for the country.
Abbas Aslani live for us there in Tehran. Thank you so much.